And action.
They're guys. They do magic. They are the Magic Guys.
And we're back. What's up, guys?
Alexo Vercatatamo. I've been watching Harry Potters.
Welcome to my nightmare.
How's my
Have you been watching Harry Potter, really?
I've been
still watching that series.
I am. Well, we're only to episode 4 now. I don't even know how many there are. How many Harry Potters are there?
It's like 8 or something.
8, 7 or 8? 8? I don't know.
And then I'm pretty sure 8 is like 2 parts, if I remember correctly.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So
I've enjoyed the 3 I've watched, and I feel like I should have seen them all already, being a fellow prestidigitator. I guess he's not really that.
You know, it's funny. I remember seeing the first movie where Malfoy takes Neville's ball and he flies up on the broom. Go on then, Potter. Take it. Get it then, Potter. And he's got his like terribly greased back, like, it looks like 2-minute noodle hair. Like, oh, Jesus.
He's kind of not as cool by the third one, though. He's kind of like a dorky bully by episode 3. He's getting not quite as evil, and he gets he gets ugly quick too.
He did not age well, that kid.
No, he didn't.
He Potter, Harry Potter, the guy that played Harry Potter, what's his name again? Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
He aged quite well for like a good minute, and then eventually he stopped aging well, and he aged horribly.
Yeah, that's probably the bad drugs. That's what ages you like that. Horrible drug addiction.
Like it's like that kid from Home Alone. Did you see that kid?
Yes,
Jeez.
Macaulay Culkin. Same thing.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Finally got my poker chips and shrinking cards, says Bob.
Oh, I sent Bob things. Did I? Oh, wait. Did I send Bob things? I didn't send him poker chips. Oh, I know what you're talking about. He ordered those shrinking cards. Good luck with that trick, sir.
Yeah, and you ordered, is it Sucker Punch? When you say poker chips, he's talking about Sucker Punch? Because that's I've got Sucker Punch. I hate that trick.
I would love to play with it, but I can't bring myself to buy one now after seeing 8,000 guys with those poker chips on Magic things.
This is what I think of those poker chips. I think they're a good alternative to spending hard cash on like coin gaffs.
Yeah, but so are these replicas. That's what I recommend people get. If you're interested, get a set of replicas, and if you like that, then save your pennies for the real thing. Oh, this is what he's talking about. These things. The latest viral sensation, the color changing chips.
Okay. I was confused. I was like,
oh, he got those from old school brick and mortar. That's right. We had a consultation over the internets. It was a meeting of old school magic shop and new school technology coming together in a perfect storm, allowing Bob Possible to get his color changing poker chips in line.
So you've been secretly teaching Bob Possible how to become a better McChicken, eh? Well, Doug.
Sometimes I answer his texts, but only sometimes.
So what's this? Said I ended up buying them, and he was correct. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, Bob seems like the kind of guy that like eventually he'll end up with like a house just full of magic. You know those people that just own everything. I see Bob being that guy where he just owns.
Maybe there's room for a show like Magic Hoarders. And we go to I'm flashing back to Mark D'Souza's place in Philly, this guy's place. It's like Hoarders, but everything is a collectible. So it's like it's jam-packed. Oh, yeah, that's Chung-Ling Sue's robe. And there's Houdini's handcuff. Oh, yeah, that's, Henning's toupee.
Look at his cups and balls collection.
Yeah, but imagine a whole house of that, wall to wall, nothing but that. I've seen it. It exists. The whole house is just chock full. He had a theater. He set me up on the stage, and I couldn't manage the stage because it was full of props everywhere. There's head choppers and, checkers and dice and Baltania flowers. I'm trying to find 6 feet to get a table set up. Mark D'Souza, who was a award-winning magician. I think he's a former president of the Society of American Magicians. Mark, if you're hearing this, I love you like a brother. That was a great event, and we go back a ways, and he knows I would say these words lovingly. I would love nothing more than to like be in that horde for about 3 years. 3 years straight would be fine.
Nice. So what else has been going on? Doug's through in the magical world of Dougie Doug. Been working
I'm
hard.
regressing. I'm going. I've been digging back through the old stuff. Like my TikTok today was. I did 2 TikToks. I did the gun trick, which is one of the first card tricks I ever learned, and then
I was surprised to see that one. Jeez, that's old.
I know, right? But I felt like I could. I felt like I could shoot it properly, and I think I did shoot it properly. It seems to be getting above average response for card magic. I'll tell you what, here's the evil plan. I'm teaching 3 Pharaoh tricks in this week's weekly Wednesday lesson on my YouTube channel. So I'm shooting the shorts for the Pharaoh tricks, and then we're gonna teach them Wednesday. So that's the idea, is to give the user a couple of attainable Pharaoh tricks, and the gun trick is one of those for sure, right? It's like
good trick.
Yeah, and you don't have to do a perfect Pharaoh or a perfect cut. It's a good trick to get you started in the trenches with the Pharaoh shuffle magic if you're into that. And some of us are. What about you, man? Did you post today? I didn't even hunt down. I didn't scope out your...
Me, I didn't post today. Not yet. No, well, I only just woke up, so...
Oh, that's right.
Yesterday I didn't post. I was going to. Like, I told myself I would, and then... I got a subscription to World of Warcraft and played that for several hours in a row.
Man, that's what I should do instead. Oh, I would love that. I purposely have avoided that game knowing how much life it would suck for me.
It's a good game. I enjoy it. It's beautiful. Sure it is. Beautiful game. I just I just wanted to do something that wasn't magic, like at all, like no magic thought at all.
Yeah. Hey, today after beating my head against the wall with these damn hammerers, I sat down and played Hearthstone for a couple hours in the middle of the day when I could have been, maybe learning more about 100 million things. We learn. There's 100 million things to learn.
Yeah. I'm just at a point now where I'm I don't know, mentally drained. I'm not really sure. It's because of the lockdown, man.
Yeah, right. And there's unrest where you're at as well. I just learned today. There's like rioting in Sydney right now, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Is it bad, or is it just like pockets of craziness?
Yeah, it's a little bit nerve-wracking to leave the house because of the police.
Sure.
The police are on edge now,
Well, hopefully your politicians will wake up and start doing things that will make your people happier. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird because it's like a split situation where 50% of the people agree with the lockdowns and 50% don't.
Yep.
Right. That's where the issue is.
Well, being in the country, we discussed this briefly, where this Delta variant is taking hold. We've been vaccinated. Erin, my new bride, her parents have been vaccinated. They have COVID now. So this country where everyone's running around rampant is, I think, about to get a lot worse than anyone's prepared for. And on that note, we'll probably be hand in hand with you in the near future. I mean, I'm going to hope for the best and prepare for the worst, though.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to be right now. The world's so shitty.
Well, look, I consider myself lucky to have this. I think you'll consider that as well. My professional opinion, as your doctor, I would say probably the post-mortem crash of planning to come to Sydney and have a whole new world open up to you and instead get the exact opposite. That's probably weighing very heavy on your mind.
Yeah, this is a little bit shitty.
Yeah, right. You get exactly
being
the
able
opposite.
to make an income for months is a bit rough.
Plus that. Sure, the money too, of course. But I know you were excited to get there, and you get there, and like right away the door slams shut. But look, you have options. So once this hump, then you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I'm still a social media master, and let me just get back to doing that. And you'll be, at least you have that option available. There's a lot of people who don't. So yeah,
I'll start making, I haven't been posting like like less or anything. I've still been posting fairly regularly.
Yeah.
I just have slowed down a hell of a lot because I'm a little bit worn out mentally for this stuff. I just need you know what it is? I just need something fun to learn. I need something that's gonna be like, boom, yeah, that's the thing. That's the one. You know what I mean? Like a trick that's gonna be awesome, or just need something to play with or learn or do something. That's all. That's all it is. A little motivation for something.
I do understand that. I felt like I found that last night as I was rereading the Di Vernon Book of Magic, and as I'm reading this, I'm like, well, Doug, you have a whole lot of older material that I consider, even too simple to post, but maybe it's not. Maybe my magician brain is just clouding my judgment.
Yeah, some of the simple stuff is good. I posted a Chicago opener like way back when, thinking like, like I'll just post it because why not?
Yeah,
it got like over 100K views.
Wow.
This is when I had a channel of only like 50K followers or whatever. And so it's
one of the great tricks.
Yeah, there's a potential to get like, get the older ones in there. Like I did that. What was that card trick called? The William Tell. That's the one. William Tell trick where you throw the arrow at the deck and then it changes into the card. That one there performed well as well. That's just it's a simple trick. It's not like a complicated trick at all.
I think if a trick is well presented, and certainly if it's well shot, and you get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and I felt like, hey Doug, if you do this gun trick, and it's been in my back pocket for 30 years, I perform it like I'm breathing, so I feel like that's going to come across on the screen, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny. I did the sobriety tests with the pink yellow. Have you seen that trick?
I have. Yep, I have.
Old school, man. Old packet trick. Hey?
It is an old packet trick, yes.
Yeah, I just had it. I just found it sitting in one of my little shitty magic drawers, and I was like, this is a good trick. And I did it. And then on Instagram, it's doing well. It's done 12,000 views. It's funny. Whereas like on TikTok, it did very poorly though. It did 2,000.
Yeah, it's been the waters I've been treading in for a couple weeks now.
I just don't even care about TikTok, to be honest, man. I just think TikTok's a joke.
It's too weird to be concerned about it for sure. Yep.
Yeah, the algorithm makes zero sense. It rewards the dumbest things. Like I've seen some really terrible magic that just goes viral, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, this one here,
Yep. You're inspiring me to unleash the mother lode of Emerson and West packet tricks I've got in the repertoire. This company, Emerson and West, they released probably 30 specially printed packet tricks.
Dude, I love them. Another one, like I used to like Paul Gordon's packet tricks. He used to do the ones where like all the cards are turned into like different bank cards and stuff. And yeah, or that like topsy-turvy aces where like, you put, it's like 9 ace of spades and you put them all face up and face down and then they all turn face up again. And then when people want to check the backs of them, you spread them out and they're all credit cards and shit. Like I take Amex, take Amex, American Express, all that sort of stuff. It's good stuff. I like those tricks. I need to go and collect a bunch of those again.
I think they're valid.
I mean, packet tricks are always a powerful thing. I like packet tricks. Oh, yeah. Wow.
As the yawns come out,
I'm
over here thinking about giving thanks to really, I think it's Howie Schwartz. Yeah, let me not say a credit and get it wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked by this sleeping lately.
Yeah, you get your schedule screwed up.
Yeah, because you just start, all the days start melding together.
I've got something to thank you for, and that's turning me on to the Invincible series on Amazon Prime. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching that. I've only watched a couple, but yes, that's my jam, brother.
That's that first episode, right? It's like, whoa.
I was waiting for the end.
Don't forget to watch after the credits on everything. Like the credits start and then there's a scene after.
I learned that. I've learned that.
Yeah, how crazy was that first episode?
Surprisingly, Erin watched the first one with me, my wife. I talked her into that, and she was ready to watch the second one. So I'm like, yeah, I got Erin to watch an animated superhero show. That's
yeah, it's a good one though. It's because it's like it's not like it's not like a childish one, you know. It kind of makes a lot
we
more
really
sense.
like The Boys, right? So that certainly has some ties into that, and so maybe that gave me a leg up on getting her to watch that one.
Yeah, I just finished season 2 of The Boys. That was pretty dark, man.
Yeah,
show gets dark fairly quick.
Yeah, I dig it. I like both seasons.
Yeah, I like them both too now. The start of season 2 was a bit slow, but the end was like, whew, whew.
Right. I see chatters in the chat. Patreons, are they here, fans? Let's hear some questions, guys. We need some topics.
Gutbuster Mike in here. And then we got Christopher Ritchie's on Facebook.
Thank you for joining us, fellas.
Here's an interesting thing. I've been hiring what's this? Jupiter's Legacy is also a really good show. Yeah, it's all right. Jupiter's Legacy is okay.
That was on my radar. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
It has its moments. It's not quite as good as The Boys and stuff and Invincible, but it's pretty good. It's slower. Yeah, it's slower. It's a bit weird. Like the storytelling is just a bit strange. You'll see, Dougie. I don't want to spoil it for you. But the what's this?
Were you going to say words?
Yeah, I was going to say something about East Street Markets, but I'm wondering if I should now. It's just that they originally were getting me to hire magicians to do what I was doing there, right?
Okay.
So far, every magician that I've put in there has been they haven't enjoyed them enough, and I'm like, oh, come on. I'm putting good guys too, like people that I would consider to be good magicians, but
yeah, but do they have the tool set to work a street fair situation?
Seems to be the case. Seems to be the case that they can't.
You can be the best magician of the world and just fall flat on your face, given the John Q public.
Yeah.
Given any public situation where you're required to demand attention, if you're not practiced in it, good luck.
It's disappointing because looks like I might lose that contract now because they can't seem to find anyone that can handle it.
Well, look, fly me out there, bro. I'll take care of it for you. Just put me on the radar. I'll fly right in there and handle things. Is that a no? Is that side eye a no?
No, I was just reading a comment here. It's not really a question. This has me completely fooled. It's this one here, but there's a link there that I can't click on it. So
we are a podcast right now, so those links aren't too good for the listeners or me. I can't click it either.
Mike has a point. Fly Bob out.
Yeah, fly me and Bob both in there.
I'm trying to find good magicians, Bob. So.
I do plan on going into the French Quarter this weekend. Eric Evans has arrived in town for some insane reason in the middle of July. He's out there performing. So
you're going to go have a busk?
You know what I'm going to plan on? One show in the 97-degree heat where it feels like 106.
Oh, no, man. You're a bit rusty now, right? You're a bit rusty.
Oh, come on.
You're all soft and washed up now, man. Doing
videos
in your aircon.
I'm super soft. This is where I plan on. I'm weak, but I'm smart. So I'm going to do one. And then I'm going to run into the coffee shop.
Have Aaron come down there with a fan or something. She can fan you off while you're doing your shows.
I really just want to see my friend. I'm not even planning to work really. But I am going to bring my setup in case I feel like doing one.
Dude, I'd love to do a show, man. I'm fanging for it. I think that's what's missing in my day-to-day.
Yeah, absolutely, right? That's a weird thing to have ripped from you, especially when you're moving to a place and preparing to embrace more possibilities.
I gotta do some shows, man. I gotta do some shows. But yeah, the plan will be, this is the plan. The plan is simple. I want to do more shows. I want to end this lockdown, do more shows.
Well, if one of the benefits of your country being so tight about it is maybe there will be a resolution to that in the near future, unlike the United States where everyone's running around like insane people. So maybe that will work out. Maybe. Over here, Bob is planning a road trip. Look, Bob, you guys need to plan that in October. September is still stupid hot here. Everyone's going to be miserable, and I'm not going to be out there with you guys in September. You come here in October, I'll see you out. I'll see you. I'm just not going to do shows out there. It's still too hot.
I want to.
What?
Yeah, I want to make more content, but I need some motivation, man. Doug, give me some of your mojo, man. Give me some of your mojo.
Well,
hand it over.
I don't think it's legal to mail that to you. Sorry.
Hand over your mojo. Hand over your mojo, man. I need it.
Have you opened any old magic books lately? Have you opened the Di Vernon Book of Magic and see what that will do for your brain?
I started watching some Penguin Live lectures that I've got. I watched Patrick Kuhn.
Yeah, that counts. I haven't seen his lecture. I bet that's very interesting.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's don't get me wrong. I love Patrick's work, but
I don't know that format's ever inspiring. Like, I've seen a lot of Penguin lectures. How many great ones have I seen?
I've seen two.
Is it David Williamson and Harry Anderson? Are those the two?
One is David Williamson. The other one was Gazzo's.
Oh, Gazzo. All right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Gazzo's because he didn't really teach magic so much as he performed.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that next week is the Tarbell Challenge. I could do it or not. I mean, which format are we supposed to do it in? Is it supposed to be a short or is it supposed to be
Don't wait. Don't put rules on this, man.
That's what I mean.
Let's just make it as vague as possible. So, I don't want any extra conditions on any challenges right
Bizarro now. Has a good lecture.
Can only be odd numbered pages, and you can't take the first or the last item. And it can only be in real format, 30 seconds or less. That's the criteria. Some filler material in less than 30 seconds.
The only rule is that it has to be one trick from each book, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, man, I can do that. I just,
Yep, I know.
No, so it doesn't even have to be from each week. It's just
no rules. That's my kind of rule. Great. Just one Tarbell effect a week for 8 weeks.
All right, Doug, what are your thoughts on James Bliss mind-blowing / messing with minds books, if you've read them?
Wow. You found a book I haven't read. James Bliss. If that's...
It's probably fairly new. Chris Ritchie's is a young magician, so it's probably a fairly new product.
Is that I'll Google it real quick. I'm assuming it might be mentalism.
Sounds like it's mentalism. What's funny is that Christopher Ritchie's is that the one time that Josh is not on here, who happens to be interested in that mentalism stuff, you've caught the two dudes who don't do mentalism. We're both old school sleight of hand practitioners.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's a mentalism book, and I've not read it. It doesn't look like a new book, so I don't know. Yep, that is my weak spot for sure. If there's a magic armor and there's a weakness in it, mentalism is mine.
Yeah, same here. It's my weakest form of magic is mentalism. I just never, I don't know. I could just never get into it. It always felt like cheating. That's a weird thing to say, but because it's so mentalism is so unbelievably simple, but it's so powerful still.
I think if that's what you're doing, if you say I'm a mentalist, then great. But if you're a magician and then doing mentalism in the middle of it, it gets kind of weird. Although, hey, that's the Copperfield show was half that, really, or a third of his show was insane predictions. So I don't know. There's room for it. I've done them. I've done things, but I've never used it like professionally.
The only mentalism tricks that I really do is the mental die and what was that other one? Oracle System by Ben Seidman.
You talking about the Inverti, the electronic one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, no, that wouldn't count.
What?
The hug kill trick. That's kind of a prediction, but it's more of just a comedy piece. So. I've seen that in your.
Ritchie's, we are magicians. We are meant to cheat, guys. That's in regards to my comment of like mentalism feels like cheating. No, I'm talking like when I say that, like, don't get me wrong, I don't discredit mentalism. I think mentalism is a great part of magic. It's just that for me, I have this like need to have to really work hard for a trick before I feel like it's worth sharing, if that makes sense. Like if the trick is just like self-working, but it's like superpower. It's like doing double cross, for example. You know, like double cross is just such a powerful trick, but it's so free that it just takes away all creativity from it, if you ask me. I just like the idea that I have to work for something more than just doing it. But you know, that's also the fact that I'm not a mentalist. Sorry, really helps cement my thoughts on that, because I'm just not a mentalist. And the people that I've seen doing mentalism, they get killer reactions. Like whenever I'm out with Adam Axford, he's a magician from Sydney. He always does mentalism, and he always kills with it. And then I'll do my visual close-up sandwich.
We had a guy, Mick Stone. He was doing mentalism on the street, doing billet reading, and
I saw a dude do mentalism once as well. He did the what is it called? The graphic change, where you have the writing on half of the cellophane and then half of the deck, and then you push it together and it spells out a card. Yeah.
I have a couple tricks on my potential list that never made it into my working repertoire, but they kind of meet your criteria. Those two mentalism type tricks are, one, the magic square, which does take work, especially to do it the best way, right? So, and then the other one I've always liked that I've never used is the memory demonstration, which, I've seen a couple professional mentalists use it. And these to me seem like routines that I could present as superpowers, but they're not. Oh yeah, woohoo! Superpowers, but not mentalist, unbelievable psychic things, right? Like,
come on, someone keeps calling me.
I see. It's nice to be loved.
Yeah, it's a magician.
Yeah, here, my skit, I actually, if I were to call myself something, I don't think it would be a magician. I'm a sleight of hand artist, right? So I'm not asking people to believe impossible things, really. That's not the way I think. If I were to have a headstone, it would say Doug Kahn, sleight of hand guy, right? Not a magical or a wizard or mentalist. He's just tricky with his hands. He did some cool hand tricks.
It's or you could be like Michael Vincent and call yourself the what is it? The conductor of magic. A conductor.
Hey,
of magic.
Everybody's got to be something.
What a pompous thing to say. The conductor. I'm a magic conductor.
I'm the impossibilist.
What did he say? Oh man, I remember. Like, I like Michael Vincent's work. His older work. I feel like
I think he's one of the best sleight of hand magicians living. No doubt about it.
I agree. But sometimes he says some things on his social media that is just a bit weird.
He's probably too deep in the art part of it for his own good, having worked himself into environments where he can present exactly what he wants to present and live in his own world. Good for him for doing that, but a little too artsy, maybe.
Yeah, he does do some good stuff, though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And the good old school stuff too, right? And he's, proven
how than you, Doug.
Shit, he's better than me. I know. Good clean living, man.
He's way better than you, Doug.
Well, not on the street, he's not.
How do you know? You ever seen him do a street show?
I would take that battle sight unseen. I haven't seen him do that though.
I'll take you up on that challenge.
You know, if there's like, I don't know, does Michael is he a well-rounded general practitioner? Like, does he have a ring routine and a rope routine and a cup and ball routine? And I know he does coins and cards.
He's got a cup and ball routine.
I don't know that I've seen that.
Good
Not
coins,
that I'm trying
good
to discount him in any way. If there's
No,
anything
no.
I got going for me in a magic battle, it's that I'm a well-rounded magician, right? It's like I might not be the best card guy, but pretty good rope guy, pretty good cup and ball guy. You know, I got things.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I always, you know, I used to be when I was younger. I used to watch other magicians, you know, because most people only know like their six tricks, right? Hey,
that's right.
What the hell is that?
That's an old school. That's an old school Rocky Raccoon, baby. This one is so old. Hey, Rocky, here, let me give him something.
Bro, I got an old one as well. Look at this one.
No, you got a Roxy. What is that? A Roxy?
This is not
Raccoon?
a Roxy. This is a Rocky.
That is not a Rocky.
This is not a Roxy. This is a Rocky.
No, Rocky raccoons. See this one that doesn't have a tail? You know why it doesn't have a tail? Because they were made with real raccoon tails that fall off. Having sold these things as the close to my pitch for a dozen years, I can tell you I know a thing or two about a Rocky.
This one here, they don't sell anymore. They don't sell this one anymore.
That might be true. That doesn't make it a Rocky.
It is a Rocky. No, it is a Rocky. It is a Rocky. It is a Rocky.
It could be a Rocky.
I have two of them.
That.
I have two of them. They were extremely hard to find, and when I found them, I bought them both.
This one has no tail.
Does yours have the spring in the middle?
Woo!
Yeah?
It's molting. Does yours molt?
Yes.
If it doesn't molt, it's not a real Rocky. Oh, man. Like, I could kill with that thing. I do it really well, and I've done it so many times. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, you do the hypnosis thing. Hum na ha. Bing. There he is.
The killer is the restaurant story. That's the thing that kills with it.
I just like doing the hypnosis where you're like, all right, Rocky, go to sleep.
Yeah, we close the pitch with that. You say, here's what you do later on when you're out at dinner with your friends. You take Rocky out and you start feeding him some salad from the table, some croutons. Your waiter will come over and he'll say, "Excuse me, sir, you're not allowed to have a live animal in the restaurant." You say, "Oh, no live animals? No problem." Whack! Here, take care of this, please. And that's the joke you tell. That's what we told in the pitch, verbatim. That's how
it's funny too, because I used to carry.
Interesting side note. That is exactly the routine that's in David Williamson's working repertoire as well, right from the Magic Masters pitch. He added the catching the card, but if you watch him do Rocky Raccoon, I tell you what, 5 minutes of that is directly from working in the mall.
I used to carry a Rocky Raccoon out when I was busking.
Sure.
And I used to throw it at people, man. Scare the shit out of them.
Yeah, it was. That was part of the fun when I'd be doing the pitch. I'd be like, all right, who am I going to chuck this thing at? And you look for those.
The other one is the appearing cane, where you just scare the shit out of someone with an appearing cane.
That'll do it. I'm not around those things. I guess the plastic ones are okay.
No, use a metal one.
Ugh, no, thank you.
Makes a real loud noise.
It's a good way to
get it. You get it. Like what you do is you have it in your hand and you just do your show and then you go, Did you see that, guys? Look at this. I got it. Hang on, look, come in close. Check this out. Actually got it. The cane opens up. Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good fun.
Nice.
It's a good way to scare the shit out of your audience for no apparent reason.
Did you see the Eden Choi clip with him producing like 6 of those things in his badass way he does?
Where he was doing like the manipulation thing, flipping the cane around, and they kept reducing it. Yep. I did. Oh, it was very cool. It was very cool. And Josh is hardly on this podcast anymore.
One down, one to go.
I'm going to live longer than you, buddy.
Yeah, that's probably true. The way I've been eating lately, I'm eating like a pig lately, man. I need to start taking better care of myself. We went out and had snowballs tonight. Nice.
You having snowballs tonight?
New Orleans snowballs, condensed milk and sugar, candied sugar. I had a cappuccino one. I'm sure it was unhealthy.
I've never heard of a snowball before. We don't have them in Australia.
It's, you know, the ones we have in New Orleans are actually New Orleans centric, where the machines that were produced here are to this day in some kind of weird patent battle where they're not able to reproduce these machines due to some legalities. They do sell, you know, snow cones, but I'm talking about a New Orleans snowball. It's quite a unique experience, especially when you get ice cream and condensed milk. And Aaron had a Reese's cup. What was in yours, Aaron? You had peanut butter and chocolate
and Reese's peanut butter cup on top, a little mini one.
Yeah, it was a wonderful thing.
She sounded very gleefully explaining what she had there.
Yes.
I wanted to buy us ice cream tonight.
Whoops.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Yes, Bob. Eden Choi, in my opinion, has mastered at least the short form musical. Like, there's no one that does magic to music better than Eden Choi that I've seen. You know,
he's also the one that does the manipulating billiard ball, right?
Yeah, and the cards. You know,
the color changing billiard ball thing that he did. That thing was unbelievably good.
Yeah, you give him 15 seconds and he'll give you 30 magic moments, and they'll all be on the beat. Right? It's like, I'm great.
That manipulating billiard ball one though, like I do manipulating billiard balls, and I can't understand how he's doing that.
It fooled me completely. I actually, at Aaron's request, took the clip into the video editor and learned it, and it is not as hard as you might think. If you're talking about the multicolored one he did,
where he produced 4 different colored ones.
Yeah. Break that down in the it's a gimmick. It's a very clever gimmick that he's doing in conjunction with manipulation. It's the best of both worlds.
I'm still fooled by it, man. It's the gimmick. I understand that it's like the gimmick that unfolds into the multiple balls or whatever, but he still does it so damn well that I can't.
There's a wonderful gimmick it's a billiard ball shell that hinges.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, that's
what I'm referring. Yeah, and it like has 4 that fold into itself.
Yeah,
So and then so that's how you instantly produce all of them.
Yeah, which solves the big finish at the end, but doesn't. You know, that's just a small piece of that puzzle, right? Just getting those damn color changes on the beats right. It's hard enough.
Well, the only thing that because I know that he's using a real ball. He's got one that's a real ball.
Yeah.
And then he's got that hinged shell thing. And the thing about that hinged shell thing is that it's a half and half as well. So on one half it's it'll be like a red ball, and then the other half it'll be green. And then when you unfold it all, on the inside will be the blue one. So I understand all of that. I just he does it so damn smooth. I still can't quite understand. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm still missing. It's the handling that gets me. I just don't know how he's doing it. He just rolls that thing around like it's nothing, and then does the switches where it's like visually color changing at like an instant. It's obscene. Yep.
Eden Choi, well worth looking at. If you haven't seen his work, folks, check him out. Eden Choi, CHOI.
Yeah.
I'm reading Bob Possible's comment. If that spelling's wrong, don't blame me.
No, he's blowing up on TikTok right now too, right? I'm pretty sure he's failing you to it, and he's already got like.
Yeah, well, you know, every clip he does is great. It's like he doesn't do bad clips, so he just keeps blasting off.
He's got he does the CD manipulation. Yeah, I mean proper Korean magic, right?
Yes.
Proper Korean magic. Let me see here. I think I can pull this up. TikTok.
Chris Kinner's Zoom was Sunday. That was quite enjoyable. He had a nice question and answer session. on Vanishing Ink. I enjoyed that last weekend.
All right, check this out.
I didn't want to
gonna
talk
go-
about that anyway.
For everyone that's curious about this Eden Choi fellow, here's some of his work right here. This is the one I was referring to. Look at this thing.
Doing the billiard ball
Right.
rolls. Instant change, instant change, instant change, instant change, 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 4. What the hell?
You see what I mean, though, right? Like
No,
But
yeah,
even
I
though
know.
you can
I've
kind
watched
of
that
work
thing.
it out. This one here I really liked.
I also like that you chose that "Dick in the Mouth" song for that, for that as well. Oh yeah, that flipstick routine is unbelievable.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Top tier. Top
This
tier.
man-
It's all
this man
good.
just-
He doesn't have a bad clip, really, that I've seen.
I'm sure he's got one.
Good luck finding it.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't even have that many. That's all of them. That's literally it.
Yeah, what does he have? Like 1.5 million followers?
No, he's got 857,000.
Okay, but still,
Which is still
but a
wildly
catalog of,
impressive.
Like 2 dozen.
From what I can see, though, he's also reposting the same things too. So he's already reposting the same stuff,
Well,
which tells me that, you know, the problem with this stuff, like, don't get me wrong, he's got it perfect, but it tells me that he also doesn't have much stuff that he can do because of how perfect all this stuff is. Does that make sense?
And plus, the difficulty level is insanity. It's not
Like
even
this
a
one.
10. Like, that's not even are you kidding me with what we're seeing with these CDs? It's insane. Yeah. So it's
so ridiculous.
It's unwieldy to produce that kind of content on a regular, basis. It's not like you could just go shoot the gun trick and, two takes.
I've always
on that one.
I've always thought that if you can do this particular manipulation of cards, that you're a goddamn genius.
That one, actually, the multiplication, I want, in particular, I want to learn Elmsley's technique for that, which a lot of guys use still. Are you speaking of that production or just in general?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
That. I mean, if you can do that, you're beyond good, because that is so freaking hard to do.
Well, this is a good example of how revolutionary Alex Elmsley was. He published that production. It's one of his really early items. I guess if it takes longer than this to look it up, I shouldn't be looking it up still. It's probably
this one.
too.
Oh. Whoop.
Whoa! Yeah.
Whoa! It's so sudden. 1 ball, 2 balls, 8 balls. You're like, okay.
When we talk about the fathers of cardistry, as I'm showing Alex Elmsley's book here, this is his Tower Bridge Cut, which is a 2-handed version of the Charlier. Published
It's like the butterfly. I think it was renamed as the butterfly at one point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1949. So yeah, this is his Multiplying Aces. Published in 1957, but that's it right there. 1957.
Jeez.
Just saying, people know this man for the Elmsley count, but they don't realize he was doing cardistry in 1949 as well, and producing aces, like multiplying billiard balls in the 50s. Envisioning these effects, right? I think I'd like to do this with the aces. Not just refining things, but envisioning the concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, now that you've all seen Eric Choi in action, I think we can all appreciate that the man is ridiculous. Right, hang on. One more Eric Choi before we move on from this topic.
It's Eden Choi.
That's what I meant. Eden Choi. This one. Hang on, I'm on the wrong one.
This is Black Art Act. I love this act.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, here we go. Is that it? Is this the one?
That's the cane one. Yeah,
That wasn't it.
it's not as easy to see in the
This one.
Oh wait, I'm over here trying to look up his history. I'm poking around Google.
No, not that one either. Is it this one?
What are you looking for? What are you even looking for?
The producing canes one where he
That
produces
wasn't
a
it?
bunch. I think this is it. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Sheesh. There it is. What'd you think of that, Doug?
Yeah, it's good. I like all his stuff. I clicked away. I'm trying to see if he's been an award-winning magician. It seems like he'd be a FISM manipulation winner or something, but I don't know. I see a lot of products. Like he's released a lot of things, but I don't see where he's honed these skills to showcase them. Just to produce products? Maybe? Oh.
You ever been to Korea, man?
Nope. Have you?
Okay.
Have you been?
Yes.
And
They can all do that.
everybody's just walking around doing that.
Everyone in Korea can do that. Yeah. I swear it's true though, man. Like every time you see a Korean magician, this style of magic is very popular over there. Like even when, for the first time actually, because I've been into a few magic shops in my life. And in Korea, it was the one magic shop I walked into where I was like dumbfounded by the stuff they had. I didn't know what any of it was because it was all manipulation stuff. I was like, what the heck? You walk in there, they've just got like mountains. Like, you go into a magic shop and they've got like, okay, they've got their little rack, little rack of like, 10 appearing canes that are just chilling there that you can buy, or there's a couple of like billiard ball sets.
You get the dragon fanning deck, maybe.
Yeah, there's like one or two. There's like barely any. But you go into Korea, man. I walked in there and they had producing fans, like the Asian style fan. They had like those ones that you produce multiple of, and they just had those on display. So there was like 50,000 fans on the wall, and then there was like a literal pile of appearing canes. Like a pile as tall as you, Doug, just sat there in the corner.
Really?
You're like, what the hell?
Like a bargain bin of canes.
Yeah.
3 for 1.
Yeah, they're the manipulating billiard balls. Like all the different types that are made out of wood, like silicone, latex, like all these different ones. I was like, what the heck?
I love that. Even if it's not what you wanted, I still love that.
I mean, it is what I wanted. I bought a set of the balls and I use them quite frequently. Fantastic. I just it's also where I got my busking table from. The one that I film most of my videos on. I bought that from Korea.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's
how were you in Korea? Were you just traveling the
yeah, me and my wife went to Korea. She has a lot of friends there, and she speaks Korean. So
okay,
over there hanging out. Oh, seems that I've kicked my camera cord.
Oh, things are happening.
Yeah, I just kicked my connections. So. But it's it's just the magic shops over there are full of manipulation stuff. They still have some kind of cool stuff there. In Japan, they have a lot of old school magic. Like that's where I got the ball and vase from that I use all the time.
I've heard they have like magic and vending machines there. Like you could buy Tenyo and a vending machine on the street. Is that a thing?
Not that I saw.
No,
they do have a lot of vending machines though. Like you can get a hot coffee in a vending machine.
Yeah,
in Japan.
We have those here, but not magic tricks. I've heard there was magic tricks and vending machines, but
not that I saw.
That's maybe an earlier day where the public wasn't as aware of methods, right? Where they might be more apt to buy a secret in the vending machine that, like now they just Google it. Like, what's this Tenyo? Oh, fuck that! I'm not buying that.
I did see one recently. Was the finger chopper, where it's like the blade is like a black thing that goes in the clear plastic chute and then it cuts through the finger. Have you seen that one?
When I had the original Tenyo clear finger chopper, that was in my bag of tricks when I was 14.
It's a good trick. If it's the one if we're talking about the same one, it's
see-through. It's a see-through finger chopper. It's beautiful. Yes, absolutely. That's a great trick.
I was surprised when I saw it. It's probably the only finger chopper I've ever seen that's worth owning.
There is another one. There's one made of wood, which has a solid blade with a hole
There it
for your
is.
finger.
This one here?
Oh no, this is not. This is something different. This is a different.
Yeah, look at
one.
this.
Okay, this is closer to the one I was going to mention then. The yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
The
it fools me. Like,
the wooden one has a hole. Imagine a hole in the middle of that blade, okay? And then it penetrates through. Now the frame is unfolded and the finger is through that blade. And so it penetrates through. While their finger is in
Right.
it, you break the thing apart and their finger's still through it.
That's
And
pretty cool.
it's wood. So it's like very unsuspecting that the method is concealed in wood.
Well, that one I just showed you there is every piece you can actually put together in front of your spectator.
Nice. Is that a Tenyo piece?
I believe so. That's what I mean. Like, it's the first time I've seen like a 10-year product where I was like, holy crap, that's actually really good. It's not a bad piece at all.
Well, I can vouch for the original one. I don't think I could bring it up as quickly as you. I'm not as efficient with the. Okay, yeah, that's the smart guillotine, I guess. Finger chopper. Smart guillotine is what they call it.
All right.
But, yeah, they had another one where the whole frame was clear and you could see the blade coming down clearly before and after in the clear plexiglass. So it was a nice visual for sure.
What, in the one that I just showed you?
And the one I did as a youngster.
Yeah. Yeah, finger choppers and arm choppers are a bit weird. Remember I've always hated arm choppers because they always, it's always covered, and I don't know, it seems obvious that there's like a rotating, without giving too much away. The blade rotates.
The guillotine where the head goes into the basket is a stunning piece of magic. Certainly as Ricciardi did it back in the day. This guy was a character, Ricciardi, but that's one that's can be quite striking. Most of the time it's just played for comedy though, right? The head chopper's just 5 minutes of banter with, scaring your audience member. It's all it is.
Yeah, and then you like do this very like, I don't know, underwhelming. It's always so underwhelming when you do it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll show you this head chopper recently. It popped up on one of the magic what do you call them? One of those like magic reseller sites. And it was this guillotine that it's probably the first time I've seen a head chopping guillotine where I was like, Jesus,
It's like an AliExpress guillotine.
No, like it's actually good, but it's so good that it actually makes you kind of uncomfortable to watch it.
Oh, I felt that way about these stand-up ones where the blade drops. That's
the one that I was. The one I'm talking about, and it actually like falls off at the end where it's like hits the floor and that one there, like that's to me is that's freaking. I can't seem to find it, but yeah, someone was like, "Oh, I was just selling this for $2,000. I don't really use it," and I'm like.
Okay.
This is the only site where that would make sense. That you're like, I don't really use the guillotine anymore.
Boy, these illusion guys, what a racket! That I've known a few of them in my day. Talk about spending some money on your toys.
Yes,
and it's not like you. It's not like they're all good, right? You're like you'll go $8 or $9 grand into this production, might be a lemon, and it's not like buying the latest Tenyo trick.
Oh, there you go. How's that for news? Another TikTok medium debunker has been banned on TikTok.
Yeah, that's a sad situation for Dustin Dean, and I guess someone who had more notoriety than him. I read that today on his Facebook. That shows how fragile, how fragile it can be if you get, piss off the wrong people.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I try to make a channel that's not based around trying to upset people or build on that potential negativity.
Well,
I'd rather just
yeah, and I think Dustin in particular took a turn that direction when he got notoriety on that platform and that kind of medium, no pun intended. In other words, he did a debunking video. It got real popular, and he decided now he's debunk guy.
yeah.
I was a fan of his work before that. I thought he did good TikToks before that happened and had commented openly about that beforehand. And maybe if he never went down that direction and just continued the path he was on, he was good about mixing up material, good at presenting his magic, and he could still be doing other things along with the debunking. So sad if that, funneling into that tunnel is going to affect, someone's talent, someone's potential. And potentially one of the downfalls of this weird platform is I see guys do that. They find one hit and then they just focus in on what that is and make their thing that. But really, the thing should be what you like or what you do.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think. I think that if you take social media too seriously, you start posting because you feel like you have to keep up appearances or whatever. All of a sudden, you end up in this position where you're just doing a really, really overtimed, hardworking job for very little money.
Yep, that's kind of how that's how I feel. I'm living that life right now, but I'm prepared for that for a couple months more. I figure I can live that life for about 2 or 3 months and see what happens.
See, I think I've been sustainable on social media. I've been able to keep up with a good flow continuously over the
absolutely
past year or whatever.
Agreed.
And that's because whenever I don't feel like doing it, I just don't do it. Like at the moment, I'm in that space where I just don't feel like making videos, man. So I'm not gonna.
Look, I feel you, and for the first time in really a year, I felt that way the last week, and I think the last week is only the first time I've taken a couple days off in a row a couple times in a week, aside from my wedding. But for the most part, I'm still excited about this. So I wake up,
me too,
chomping at the bit.
I'm still excited about it all too. I just
you're in that weirdness right now. We've talked about it. You're in the
I need to be able to.
You should be doing.
I need to buy some magic. You know what it is? I just need to go and spend some money and buy a big pot of magic.
Well, I sent you a couple fun things that'll help that brain situation. I wish I could have afforded to send them overnight, but it's like $70. Man, it's ridiculous to get something there quick.
How long is it going to take to get it?
I don't know. I gave you a tracking number. I don't even know. Sadly, I also sent off 3 prizes I gave away, all of which the shipping costs more than the damn prize. I'm shipping a deck of cards to Egypt. It cost me $16.
That's why I don't do giveaways, man. Giveaways are just...
The lesson is just do one. Just do one.
Now, Doug, the last time we were in a podcast, you suddenly disappeared because you accidentally logged off. But you were about to tell us something.
Was I now?
Yeah. What was it?
What was I? You expect me to remember that? I can't remember what I was doing 2 hours ago. What was I going to tell you?
I don't know, man. Oh, actually, you know what? I think it was actually...
Thanks for listening. It's time for us to disappear now. But we'll see you again on the next episode of The Magic Guys.